Okay, so the first episode of The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, was amazing. And, just in my opinion, it was actually better than Dead City as a whole, right? This show, like, the atmosphere, the cinematography, and just the plain story itself was really, really good. But today I'm not going to be talking about the episode, I'll be talking about what was in the episode, specifically in the preview, and also some hints that they dropped about variant walkers. And as you all know, I love my variant walkers, and I've been saying it in almost in all of my videos for this show and some other videos as well, that there are going to be variant walkers such as the running walkers, and of course the new burners that are in this show as well. So stay tuned. Now, before we actually get into the video, I'd like to ask you all to like, share, and subscribe. And again, thank you guys so much for the growth. Thank you guys so much for the support. I know I haven't uploaded in quite a bit of days, and that's just because I was sick, right? And there was some other stuff going on. So again, I'm sorry for not uploading. I will try keeping a good uploading schedule. So yeah, again, thank you guys so much for the support. Please like, share, and subscribe, and enjoy the video. Thank you. And now let's actually talk about the variant walkers, and I am so excited to talk about this, and I'm very surprised that they actually revealed it in this episode and also in the preview as well. But again, seeing variant walkers in this show is amazing, right? And I've been waiting for this for so long. I know the whole Walking Dead community, all of you have been waiting for this also, and they finally delivered upon it. So first, let's talk about the burners. And we all know about the burners, right? They have some sort of acid blood, right? We don't know how were they made, but we do get hints that they are experiments, right? And again, they do show it at the end of the episode, the people who actually did knock out Daryl, right? And I'm just assuming that this group that they actually did show at the end of the episode has some sort of link with the scientist groups in the End of World Beyond, Primrose and Violet. This could be that scientist group, this could be the group that's killing those scientists, but all we know is that this is a large group. I wouldn't say CRM level. They could be linked to the CRM for all we know, right? For all we know, these guys could be linked to the CRM, but it's very, very likely that this group is actually linked with the scientists, right, at the End of the World Beyond. And it's quite obvious, right? And it's really cool seeing them actually starting to connect all everything together, right? Because we've been waiting for some sort of big connection with a mainline Walking Dead character, and Daryl being that character that is actually connecting everything. Because again, Dead City didn't have Dead City was more on its own, right, compared to the show. This show is the first spin-off that actually does have a big impact on the overall Walking Dead universe. And now in this episode, we actually did get a hint of more variants, right, than the burners, because when Daryl actually does make it to the nuns, right, Isabel, the nun who actually did save him, she actually does say that the burners are one kind of variant and there are more variants. So that does raise the question, are there more variants than just the normal walkers, the climbing walkers, the running walkers, and the burners? There is a big possibility that we're going to see multiple variants in the show, and not only the running walkers and the burners. We could possibly see some sort of durable walkers, right? We could see durable walkers, we could see any type of other walkers, because again, when it comes to walkers and variants, it's kind of hard thinking about different kind of variants that they can make other than durable, running, and acid blood walkers like the burners. But if I were to think about another type of variant that they could do, I think that they could do intelligent walkers, right? I wouldn't, these walkers wouldn't be able to talk, right? I mean, it would be pretty crazy if they were able to talk, but I'm just thinking that these walkers would be like the climbing walkers where they could open doors and stuff like that. But they're more intelligent, right? And they actually know what's going on. That would be a cool idea also, and that could possibly be the variant that is closest to a cure, right? Even these walkers could be an experiment, right? And of course, they could be a step in the right direction for a potential cure. Again, this is just theories about another type of variant. This is not in the show, but in my opinion, it would be really cool if they were to do more intelligent walkers as well. Also, another type of variant that they could make is the freaks from Days Gone. And if you all didn't play Days Gone, the freaks are basically the zombies of that game, and they actually go in hordes, and there's like a lot of them, right? Like all of them running after you and stuff like that. So again, this could be kind of like a a variant which they actually prefer being in hordes and stuff like that, and also they have like running walker abilities, right? They're durable and they run, and also they're in huge hordes, right? So again, that would be cool. And also Daryl is actually a lot like Deacon from Days Gone, right? Just a lone wolf and on a bike, right? And I was hoping that Daryl actually had his bike in this show, but again, with the running walkers being in this, I was really hoping for Daryl to be to actually escape the running walkers on his bike. It would just be amazing, right? And that's the vision I had for the show, and I hope that they actually do a nod to Days Gone, or just they just do that in general. And now let's talk about the most exciting part of this episode, and that was actually the preview, right? This wasn't in the episode itself, it was actually in the very end of the episode, and they finally showed us a running walker. It was crazy, right? And my reaction, I really wish I actually recorded my reaction on that. I jumped up, I started clapping and stuff like that, because running walkers are just great, right? And ever since we saw them in World Beyond, I was really hoping to get more running walkers. And as you all know, I do love my variants. I've talked about the running walkers so many times, and it was so exciting seeing the running walkers. It was a little weird that they actually did show it in the preview. I thought it was gonna be a big reveal, a big surprise, right? But again, it's exciting, right? Just seeing a running walker, and also Daryl going up against the running walker, and it does seem like that they have some sort of arena or something like that, what they showed of the preview, and they're actually making Daryl face the running walker, and it looks like that the main villains of this show, the lady in the end, right, the leader of the whole group that actually did knock out Daryl, it seems like that they actually do get their hands on Daryl again, and they force him to actually fight the running walker. And if what we think is true, if these walkers don't get killed by getting stabbed in the brain, how will Daryl kill them, right? And I think that Daryl would do something where he would be able to cut off their legs and maybe their arms and maybe decapitate them. But again, we have to see, because Daryl is the perfect character to go up against the running walkers first, right? Out of the whole cast, it's either Rick or Daryl, right? And Daryl being a very crafty survivalist, I think that Daryl would find a really cool way to actually take out these running walkers. And also, when it comes to the running walkers so far, it seems like that they're not that common in France. I mean, I believe that people are aware of them in France, but they're not so common. So the only thing that makes sense is that these walkers are an experiment, right? And these are just test subjects, right? Some test subjects for a cure, and then when they actually turned into running walkers, then they bit other people, and then they turned into running walkers, then it just spread it from there. But it's not as common as the normal walker variant, right? The ones we've been seeing for so long. One more thing I actually did notice, I was actually done this video, but I had to point this out, because while I was actually doing when I was getting the pictures for this video, I saw one essential thing, one crazy thing that could actually prove how to kill the running walkers, or at least how to tame them. And I was just looking through the preview again, right? I was just collecting screenshots and stuff like that. And then I noticed a tranquilizer on a walker, a walker that actually does have a guard on its mouth, and it does look like this walker is a running walker, right? It's all wrapped up, and it has a mask on its head. So it's very possible that these scientists don't even know how to kill the running walkers themselves. So if Daryl is the one to actually kill a running walker for the first time, that's insane. Or at least this is the thing to at least juice them up, right, to turn them into running walkers. But again, we know that may not be true, because again, in World Beyond, the scientist was shot in the head, and then she got back up and she started running. So the ability for them to run is not added afterwards. It's some sort of mutation of the virus. So again, we'll have to see, but I just want to point that out real quick. And now when it comes to the group at the end of the episode, like, the ones that are actually, like, running the ship, and, they have the cargo and all of that, most likely they're the ones that are doing the experiments and all of that. I do believe that they are linked with the scientist groups at the end of World Beyond, right? It's like an opportunity which you can't miss, right? Like, it just fits so perfectly with World Beyond and everything that they were building up with, like, World Beyond at the end, and especially, like, the running walker being in France, and the scientists being in France, and also the virus being originated from France. It just seems like a perfect opportunity for them to actually, like, implement that group into this show and have them be a pivotal part of this show, and Daryl actually finding out the truth of the virus. Now when it comes to Laurent, right, like, I know that I did say his name wrong in my last video. I was keep on calling him Laurent, but I forgot I had French class in high school. So yeah, it's actually pronounced Laurent, right? And this child is very pivotal as well, right? The trailers have shown it, the teasers have shown it, and in this first episode it does seem like that this child is very important. And I do think that this child has something inside of his blood that actually does, like, hint towards a cure of some sort, because, like, again, like, Isabel, like the nun that was actually with Daryl, she was saying that he's like the Messiah and he's the savior of humanity and stuff like that. So again, if this child is playing such a pivotal role in this show, of course, even he has some sort of link with the scientist groups that were at the end of World Beyond. And now that's it for today's video. I hope you all liked it. Please like, share, and subscribe. And again, thank you guys so much for the growth. Thank you guys so much for the support. And again, I apologize for uploading so late, right? Again, like, I've been sick, as I mentioned in the start of this video, but I'll try to upload frequently. And again, just comment down any topics or any theories that you guys have that you guys want me to work on. And also, with Mortal Kombat 1 coming out next week, let me guys know if you guys want to see some gameplay or just me playing the game and stuff like that. I would love to do that. And of course, if you guys want me to make a gaming channel, please comment down below if you guys would like to see stuff like that. Like, I'll play Mortal Kombat, I'll play, like, other games, like, of course, Thewalkingdead Destiny that's gonna come out, and also Spider-Man 2 and Tekken 8. So again, if you guys want to see gameplay on those games, because I just love, fighting games, right? That is something you guys need to know about me, right? I'm a huge fighting game fan. So again, if you guys want to see gameplay on Mortal Kombat, Tekken 8, or if you guys want to see gameplay on The Walking Dead Destinies when that comes out, please comment down below. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching.